We are here at the Fox in the Field today, and I have with me Nathan Ross, who is our master brewer. Nat brews beers for us here at Fox in the Field, and I'm a career winemaker. And like a lot of people ask me that what are the nuances when you compare between a wine and a beer? To give an example, in wine industry or in a wine as a category, we have a white wine, we have a rosé wine, we have red wines, and then we talk about different varietals. Like you have Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc. In rosé, you can have a Zinfandel rosé or a Grenache rosé. In red wines, we have Cabernet Sauvignon or Shiraz. Then we talk about the terroir. We talk about aging in oak barrels. And then we say that this wine is ready to drink now, but it will improve over 10 years, 15 years. So basically in wine industry, we talk about a lot of complexity. There is a lot to talk about wine. And we talk about food pairing and wine, the cheese and wine. So in the same way, how would you explain in a beer industry, for example, or with beers, how you compare the complexity in wine industry with the complexity in brewing or beer industry or types of beers?
Look, especially here in the world, there are very complex beers out there, so it's more than just having your lagers and pretty standard ales. So even beers can be put in barrels, a lot of different barrels, and bourbon and whiskey, and to use wine barrels. So we also have that flexibility there, and playing on a lot of different barrels too of beers, because beers can also have a bad time. Touch of acidity. If you look at a stouts are all robust. Yes. So you might look at a red wine
yes.
and think, okay, that's a full bodied heavier wine. And in the beer world, you could say, the stout is also rich in character. A lot of, depending on the style of stout, big chocolate, there's dark fruits, a lot of complexity there. So
you're saying that the red wine would be, you can compare with a stout and white wine with a lager, for example?
Yeah, I think, and with the, that's really nice. I speak about Terroir, so even, a lager that might use a local hop. So even say, in New Zealand, there's a lot of unique hops there. One in particular is Nelson Sauvin, so it gets sustained from the regional Sauvignon Blanc, right? So you get those white and goose very like character. So yeah, if you have just a plain lager and hop it with Nelson Sauvin, you're in the similar territory as well, the white wine from that same region would be. So it's a really interesting crossover there between wine and beer.
Yes, but then when you keep the beer in a cask, for example, how long do you actually keep the beer in a cask for maturation?
Yeah, it depends on the style. The beer could be in there for a month or two, right through to a year, 2 years, 3 years. And beer's a funny one because whereas winemakers do everything they can to keep the wild yeast and bacteria out of the barrels, the brewers actually play on that a little bit and they want it there. So that gives complexity, a lot of sour bacteria, wild yeast, contaminants. So I'm biased, but you could argue that beer is affects the wine for a lot of reasons.
That's pretty interesting, So when you put the wine in a barrel, for example, and then after that you bottle, would the beer improve with age like wine improves with age in a bottle?
For sure, because we have a process called conditioning, so there's lagers, and over time, the beer's going to change. You'll get more complex. That used to a little bit, and also you can also add some fresh sugar to the bottle. So you might add some honey. And different type of sugars in there, and the yeast will just very slowly, surely over a long period, basically consume those sugars into different amounts and whatnot. So it's a whole nother world of beer for sure.
Which is the beer you have tasted, which has been, matured for a longest period of time. Like, for example, I have tasted a bottle of wine, which was 1947. It was, the 1947 vintage. So like that, which is the oldest beer you would have tasted, the most mature?
The oldest beer I've had. So in England, there's a style called barley wine. How convenient.
Yes.
Wine in the name. And it's basically the origins of the beer. It's a strong beer, that's the wine reference. So they can be anywhere from 8% right up to 12, 14+% alcohol. So those bottles will definitely mature and develop if you just put them away in a cellar. And there's a beer in particular in England called Tennessee, and I've had a lot of variants. We've even done vertical tastings of a lot of different beers, which is super fun. Because every year I have different beers, just because it's the nature of bottle conditioning. And as beer gets older, and I'm sure similar to wine as well, it's where you will get that oxidation. But what that means is actually a really nice shade. It's come through. So those beers are perfect because it then gives that perfect taste. So to answer your question, the oldest bottle I've had was I think it was about 19. I didn't quite get my birth year, but I had a 1984. So I'm born in 82, but I had an 84, which is really good.
I hope you have saved some of that 1984 bottle of beer, which we could taste together one day.
And you wouldn't think because it's like port. It's like it takes on that port rum character just from extended oxidation, slowly changing the beer.
So you are saying that the beers which are for aging, the alcohol needs to be between 8 and 12%, and
look, stronger beers always the better because I think the alcohol can allow you to stand up over time as well. Because the alcohol is unreserved. So that's just one example, but there's like one style, strong stouts, brewery stouts, and things like that. That definitely can hold up over some years, and it's like really cool to see how they change from a fresh pour to a 1 year, 2 year. For sure.
so even for me today, it was a lot to learn about beer and aging. And if you want to know more about beer and wine or any questions you may have, please DM us here, and me and Nat will be very happy to answer your questions. Thank you.